Do you think it's possible to completely conquer procrastination and supercharge productivity in just 1 week? Join me as I tackle the challenge of boosting my productivity by stopping procrastination for a whole week. Let's see if I can actually do it. Procrastination, we've all been there. It's that feeling of knowing you need to do something, but somehow, you just can't seem to get started. Whether it's a big project, a task, or even just a simple chore, procrastination has a way of creeping in and taking over. And before you know it, hours, days, or even weeks have passed, and you're still stuck in neutral. Before I continue further, I would like to invite you to my free webinar where I teach 3 secrets on making best use of each day and still extract few hours for personal time. You will find the link in the description below. Now let's continue. But the impacts of procrastination go far beyond just lost time. It can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and anxiety. It can hold us back from achieving our goals and living up to our potential. And in the worst cases, it can even affect our relationships and our overall well-being. So, it's no wonder that overcoming procrastination is crucial if we want to boost our productivity and reach our full potential. So, what's the holdup? Why do we procrastinate in the first place? Well, the answer is, it's complex. There's no one-size-fits-all reason, but there are some common threads that run through most cases of procrastination. One of the biggest reasons people procrastinate is fear of failure. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? That fear can be paralyzing, causing us to put off tasks indefinitely. Another reason is lack of motivation. When the task at hand seems too big, too overwhelming, or just plain boring, it's easy to put it off and do something more enjoyable instead. And sometimes, it's simply a matter of being overwhelmed by the sheer number of tasks we have to do. When our plates are too full, it's hard to know where to start, and procrastination becomes an easy way out. For some, procrastination is a result of perfectionism. If it's not perfect, then why bother? The fear of not meeting our own high standards can lead to procrastination, as we put off tasks until we feel we can do them perfectly. Others may procrastinate due to a lack of accountability. When no one is holding us accountable, it's easy to put off tasks and blame it on our own laziness. Some people may procrastinate because they're simply not prioritizing their tasks correctly. When everything seems important, nothing seems important, and procrastination becomes the default. And finally, some people may procrastinate because of underlying psychological issues, such as depression or anxiety, that make it difficult to motivate themselves to take action. Time management is a crucial aspect of overcoming procrastination. When we have a solid plan in place, it's easier to stay on track and avoid procrastination. The Pomodoro technique is a great tool for this. By breaking tasks down into shorter, manageable chunks, and taking regular breaks, we can stay focused and motivated. Another strategy is to set achievable goals. When we set goals that are too big, too overwhelming, or too vague, it's easy to put them off. But when we break them down into smaller, manageable tasks, we can make progress and stay motivated. Creating a schedule and sticking to it is also key. When we have a set routine, it's easier to stay on track and avoid procrastination. Rewarding ourselves for completing tasks is also a great motivator. When we have something to look forward to, it's easier to stay focused and motivated. And finally, getting accountability from a friend or mentor can be incredibly helpful. When someone is holding us accountable, it's harder to procrastinate and easier to take action. I want to share a personal story that illustrates a successful turnaround from procrastination to productivity. When I was in college, I had a major paper due at the end of the semester. It was worth a significant portion of my grade, and I knew I needed to start working on it early. But I didn't. I put it off and put it off, until finally, I had only a week left to finish it. I was overwhelmed, anxious, and stuck. But then I had an epiphany. I realized that I wasn't just procrastinating because I was lazy or unmotivated. I was procrastinating because I was scared. I was scared of failure, scared of not meeting my own expectations, and scared of not being good enough. So, I made a decision. I broke down the task into smaller, manageable chunks, and I started working on it one step at a time. It wasn't easy. There were still times when I felt like giving up, times when I felt overwhelmed and stuck. But I persevered. I kept working, kept pushing, and kept focusing on my goal. And you know what? I did it. I finished the paper, and it turned out great. The lessons I learned from that experience have stuck with me to this day. I learned that procrastination is often a result of fear, and that facing that fear is the key to overcoming it. I learned that breaking tasks down into smaller, manageable chunks makes them feel less overwhelming and more achievable. And I learned that persevering, even when it's hard, is the key to success. So, let's recap what we've discussed today. We've talked about the impact of procrastination on our productivity, the common reasons people procrastinate, and some strategies and techniques for overcoming it. We've also looked at a personal story that illustrates a successful turnaround from procrastination to productivity. Remember, overcoming procrastination takes time, effort, and practice. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, but with persistence and dedication, you can do it. So, what's holding you back? Take the first step today, and start boosting your productivity. Thanks for watching, and if you've struggled with procrastination in the past, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And if you're looking for more productivity tips, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll be sharing some more strategies for staying focused and motivated.